All right, it's over 60 degrees here today in Chicago. I'm back at the lake to find more fossils. It's been raining all morning, which means everything's going to be wet and a lot easier to see. So let's go find some fossils. All right, first fossil of the day. A really pretty little chunk of horn coral. All right, this next piece is an insane little death plate. It's literally just all crinoid. Like, there's barely any matrix between them. This is incredible. And then next to that one I found, where'd it go? This one, which looks like a trace fossil. I'm not sure what it is, but it's coming home with me. Okay, TikTok just glitched and I ended up losing so much footage, but here's everything I just picked up in like 2 minutes. Some horn corals, chain coral, lots of crinoids, hexagons, or not hexagons, I'm sorry, honeycombs. Lots of cool stuff. As I was shoving all of those rocks into my pocket, I looked down and I saw this. Oh, hell yeah. That is an articulated section of a crinoid. Usually when you find stuff like this, it means it was laid down super fast, so it all had the chance to stay together. Normally you find them all broken up, but finding them like this is really cool. All right, look at this one. I don't know what that is. Probably something leafy. Unsure. I'll find out later. Here's another little chunk of pyrite. It's not as obvious as some of the other stuff I found, but that's what it'll look like when it's coming out of limestone. All right, I found these two next to each other. This looks like a pyritized horn coral, which is incredible. And this is also a horn coral. All right, another fossil. Looks like it was a little baby horn coral. It's really pretty though. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh, wait. I actually don't know what this is. I'm walking in this little stream and I found this death plate. As you can see, it's just a bunch of crushed crinoids all smushed together, and there's some pyrite there. Very cool. Here's another big chunk of a death plate. As you can see, there's all different sizes of crinoid stems. So for something like this to happen, you're looking at like a mass dying. So that means a lot of stuff died at the same time, probably due to temperature fluctuation in the water. But they all laid down really fast and get covered with material, usually like mud or dirt or soot or something, and then it gets preserved for me to take home. All right, do you see the fossil? Do you see the fossil now? I think this confirmed what I found a couple slides ago, which was a fan fossil. It just didn't have the same pattern, but pretty sure it was a fan fossil. And then right down here, doesn't look like much, but it's actually a massive chunk of coral. There, you can see it a little better. Very cool. What the hell? I don't know what this is. But it also looks like a morel mushroom. I think this might be the coolest thing I've ever found, once I figure out what it is. Here's a good example of a shell imprint, so a trace fossil. Here's another gorgeous little fossil. What are you? A little honeycomb fossil. Here's another great little fossil. Another honeycomb, also known as Favosites. Identifiable either way, but I guess it's just a preference on what you want to call it. Something else you can find a lot of on Lake Michigan is old tiles. So These are old, just like glassware, and I believe this was a type of flooring in like the 50s and 60s. I'm not sure, but really cool when you find them. All right, here's another gorgeous little chunk of coral that's been pretty much completely crystallized. Another Favosites. And I think we're gonna end the video here on a good note because it's about to start storming. Okay, I lied. I turned around and I found this. Articulated crinoid section with a pyritized inner chamber. Now we'll end the video on a good note. Okay, I lied again because I just found this massive chunk of coral. Incredible. It's so big it has to come home with me, even though it's not that pretty. Don't care.